Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna. For those of you who are new here, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you all of my untouched coloring books. And if that is of interest to you, please stay tuned. Okay, so just to get it out of the way, this might be a chatty video. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sure what's going on with my voice, so there's that. So if I have some weird edits, it's because I needed to cough or clear my voice. But this was absolutely inspired by Camille's, and I'll link her channel below. She had 10 Books to Touch 2022, which was a revisit from a video that she did, I believe, in 2021. I saw it first actually on Spicy Cat's channel, and she referenced Camille, and so I just wanted to make sure that I reference both of those people in this video. And again, I'll link their channels below. But normally I don't do those kind of videos because, generally speaking, I only have between maybe 3 and 5 coloring books that I have not colored in. Usually when I get one, I color in it and then we're good to go. My coloring book collection is extensive, I'm not gonna lie, but I do want it to be a working collection. For a lot of the hobbies that I enjoy, there can be 2 different hobbies going on simultaneously. There can be the hobby of the doing, so coloring or journaling or planning, but there also can be the hobby of collecting. I don't want to be a collector of books just to have them. I don't have full set syndrome for either books or supplies. And so everything that I have, I do want to be purposeful with because of space issues, but also it doesn't bother me that I have whips. It does bother me if I have untouched books. So because of that, that's even with Lavella and T's Color Your Hoard, that's usually not something that I can participate in generally because I don't usually have very many untouched books. Now these piles actually would make me a liar about that, but these have been purchased mostly within the last couple of months. And so I thought for this video, I would show you what I have that is untouched, not even a whip in it, because I do have a few books that do have some whips in it, and I'm considering that something else altogether. I'll get to them when I get to them. But also, I do want to kind of curb my spending on books until I get at least half of this pile done. Now, I'm a grown woman, I work full time, I've been in my career field for 25 years, I do what I want. So if there's something I absolutely need to have, and let's be honest, I don't need to have anything, but if there's something I absolutely want to have, then I'll get it and I'm not going to regret the purchase. But there are 19 books here. I know that because at the end of the video, I'll show you my reference journal. And so I want to get 10 of these down before I bring anything new in. Also, I'm going to, and I think it's something I'm going to do at the end of the year, look through all of my coloring books and see what have I not worked in and do I still want it? Because with the exception of one of them in here, all of my coloring books I enjoy. Again, I work full time and I can't devote all of my spare time to this particular hobby, although it does get a lion's share of it. But, you know, I might need to be a little bit more selective or just move and get a bigger place. I don't know. I don't know what the path is going to be, but yeah, so I'm going to go through this stack of books. At the end of the video, like I said, I'll show you my reference journal. Well, I'll be tracking this, and we're going to stick to these 19 books. If I do bring in any other books, of course, I'll show them to you guys just to be accountable for what I'm bringing in, but it won't go on that list because I'm really just trying to focus on this. And maybe I'll do something like this if it exceeds 10 coloring books, like every 6 months. So at the end of the year, we'll see where I am by way of any new untouched books. And then also when I do my completed pages every month, that'll also be a page that we'll go through together just to see if I've colored any of these. And I don't want to color in them just so I can just get it off the list. Okay, I don't want to force myself to color because then it goes against everything I want this hobby to be, which is to help me to unwind, to feel productive, creative, and deal with some anxiety and stress that I'm always seeming to battle with. All right, so let me clear my desk and we'll go through this book by book. All right, the first one is Matchstick Mouse, a summer coloring book. Now, I actually know this will get completed sometime, or a picture will be completed sometime in June, because I do have a new hashtag that's going to go through the end of the year, which is Morgan O Scavenger Hunt 2022, and the prompt for June is friend. So anything with 2 characters on it would count. And Middle-Aged Geek Girl also has a Southern Hemisphere prompt that she just did a video on. I'll put it on the screen and I'll put it in the description box. And so it's their summer, but it's winter because the seasons are different. So it's cold there now. So maybe for hers, I'll work in my Christmas one. I think there's a Christmas one, but yeah, this is one that I haven't touched, but will definitely get touched probably within the next week or so. And when I do a video on this for my own hashtag, again, Morgan O Scavenger Hunt 2022, then I'll film that and I will put that up on my channel. And he's very rarely alone because he always seems to have this worm guy with him. Yeah. So, and there's a little bee, maybe. Oh, and the worm guy right there. So if you have Matchstick Mouse, if you have The Way Home, the Animal Crossing one, or any of the dinosaur ones, and there's at least 2 characters on it, it counts towards the hashtag of friends. Oh, did I say that's what the... No. My mouth and my brain aren't syncing up. So, for the scavenger hunt, it is Morgan O Scavenger Hunt 2022. For June, the prompt is friends. So any page in any Morgan O'Brien books that has at least 2 characters in it, there could be more, counts towards that. And you just put that up on Instagram and we'll have a really fun gallery. Ooh, that was difficult, more difficult than I thought. The next one is this. I feature this in a recent haul, and I'm sorry if I'm stumbling or fumbling. I've been up for a few hours now, but it doesn't seem like my brain and my voice want to sync up, so there's that. But this is Aries Postcard book, and so again, completely untouched, but it is something that I would like to get into. It feels like the paper is the same as a coloring book, so I'm assuming the same mediums would work. So I'll probably, because what I generally do once a week when Olga does her weekly challenges is I go through all of my buddy colors and I see if any of them would count, and then they'll be even higher on the priority list than usual. If they don't, I'll look at her monthly, I'll look at Coloropoly, I'll look at other hashtags that count in the community. Again, it's not so much so that I can post to Instagram, but it does help me focus on pictures. And so that's how a lot of times I go through and pick pages that I'm doing. But this is another one, Aries Postcard. Again, a recent purchase. This is Hachette Heroes Mini Block Portraits. This one I purchased specifically so that when Pixie does her Pixie's Disney coloring, I have a lot of options to choose from because these are smaller, and so it has a lot of characters and a lot of the Disney books that I picked up too, and then that way I feel like I can pretty much hit anyone in the Disneyverse that she might pick out of her little jar. So there's this one here. Again, under that same vein, there's Disney Portraits, again by Hachette Hero. I believe Disney Meg and I will be setting up something in this one, and so I should be having something completed in here. Because it is double-sided, I will need to either sacrifice the other page or just work in water-based mediums or pencil. And because the book is small, I mean, it's about the size of my hand, it actually shouldn't take that much work. So that's this one, Disney Portraits by Hashihiro. This one is from Lyrica.com, and a few of the ones that I picked up are, if you're interested in what is and what isn't, you can check out my recent haul video. But this is Petite Cersiere, which is Little Witches. This is again by Hashihiro, and this one more than likely will actually get something done in the first week of June. Olga Rani's current prompt for the weekly prompt for the end of May into June is spider, and I believe there's a few pictures in here that have spiders in here. And I like when I can double up on things so that it counts towards being an uncolored coloring book for me, but also counts for that one as well. And I think Sarah and Darren are going to be doing Coloropoly, and so maybe it'll count towards that as well. Again, if I can consolidate things, it just makes me feel super productive. But there's this one here. This one again is another Disney book, Disney Tour du Monde. This is by Hashihiro, another one by Lyrica.com. And again, this was also purchased because I do like Pixie's challenge. I don't know if other people do Disney challenges. And again, if I can consolidate them, then I would enjoy working in my books with a focus, because I don't have a problem choosing a picture, but I like when it has something I can check off. It makes it better for me. I don't know why, but this is Tour du Monde by Hashihiro. Now the next two are kind of silly on why I haven't colored in these, because I actually did, because for Olga Rani's May monthly challenge, it was Around the World in 80 Pictures. And this book and the next one is about places in the world. But I have not done a flip through of this with my thoughts, and I did want it to be untouched. And so because I haven't filmed that yet, I thought I'd film it a long time ago. I haven't colored in it yet. I know it's silly, but that one and this one. So this is Around the World Trip by Funo Yanagawa, and this is Fairy Tale World, also by Funo Yanagawa. Again, this would have been perfect for that, but I didn't film anything, so I haven't colored in here, so I will need to rectify that soon. These were both purchased from Amazon Japan. This was also Amazon Japan. This literally just came in a few days ago, and so it makes sense why it hasn't been colored. I think I will be doing a flip through of this one because I also have some thoughts about this. Now, there are flip throughs that are out there in YouTube land where there is no talking. So unless you want to see one of these with no commentary, a lot of the flip throughs that I'm going to be doing is with my thoughts, because you guys seem to enjoy that. And because most of the ones that I'm doing aren't new in the community, if you want, one of those flip through ones, it's already out there. So yeah, I will be doing a flip through and review of this Fantasy Season. I don't know who the artist is. I didn't look that up, but I certainly can do that before I do that video. So this is, again, Untouched. This one is also a recent acquisition. This is the new mythographic Voyage by Joseph Kantenbong. I am looking forward to coming into here. I do love my mythographic books, and so it's something on the radar, but again, I've talked about this before, where I will prioritize hashtags, Olga's prompts, Coloropoly, and buddy colors before I just color for fun. I will need to figure out a better system. I kind of have one in place, but then I also reach out to people all the time and say, hey, do you want to do this? Hey, do you want to do? So it's not like people are just bombarding me. I kind of bombard them. And then I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I've got 30 million buddy colors that I've set up, and I don't want to color any of them. So, I am a mood hobbyist, and so sometimes I'm just not in the mood for that. It's no one's problem but my own. It's not even that much of a problem. None of my buddy colors would have any problem with me just saying, I'll get it when I'll get it. But I hate that I'm, hey, you want to do this? Hey, you want to do this? Hey, you want to do this? And then I'm like, I don't feel like it though. Yeah, I don't want to be that girl. Anyway, Mythographic Voyage by Joseph Contenbon. I do have a buddy color set up in this, and this is with Sarah and Pixie. We're going to be working on this page right here. Is there a spider in this? No. Okay, so I'm not sure when I can get to this. I'm already having issues with my shoulder. So there's one page I definitely want to do in another book. So this is probably going to be moved into June, but this will be something colored in the near future. But this is Houses 2 by Gabby Wolf. This one here, again, Untouched, recent acquisition. This was inspired by Anne of Pretty Pages 71 to purchase. I realized in that video, I didn't watch any of her videos of this. It's like Eerie's sketchbook or something like that. The Sketchbook Mouse, that's how I have it written in my journal. Not because her videos are too cute, which they are, but they made me want it, and I wasn't in the position to purchase because I didn't have anything else in my cart. So now that I have it, I can go back and rewatch her videos on how she colored various things. And I don't watch those kind of videos to get color combos. I just look at a page and do what I want. But I like seeing a picture unfold, and I love her art style and the way that she uses her mediums. And so, yeah, I definitely need to watch her videos. But this is an untouched coloring book. This is another one, Entangled Landscapes by Angela Porter. I actually really like this, and I think the way that I'll need to approach this particular coloring book, a spider, is I need to, because when I look at this as a whole, all I see is the time. I'm not overwhelmed by it. I just see that this is going to be a lot of time. And so I might need to just focus on like a third of the page, like this middle section here, this bottom section here, this section here, and consider that complete for now, and then work on the other sections in different ways so that I'm not overwhelmed by the sheer volume of work involved, and that way it'll just make me come in to hear more, because of the two Entangled books that I have, this is actually my favorite. But again, I don't see intimidation, I see a time commitment to this. But that's this one, Entangled Landscapes by Angela Porter. There's this one here, Dreams of Dragon and Dragonkin. And if you notice a theme, a lot of these that I've showed you, I've recently gotten. So again, I don't usually have this issue where I have such a big library of untouched books, but because of the volume of shopping, well, it was bound to happen. So this is something that I know that Poet has. So I will need to reach out to her and set up some buddy colors. With Poet and I, we just have a laundry list of things we'll get to whenever. And I like that, because sometimes when I'm just looking for something to color, I'll just check the list that we have and we'll go through that together. But yeah, there's this one, Dreams of Dragons and Dragonkin by Raven Phelan. Now I'm going to insert a picture here because I actually do have one more. I'll need to make sure. Oh no, I didn't write it. So I actually have 20 untouched books. But I have a Coloring Heaven at Work, which is the annual collection 2022, the most recent one. I have not colored in that one yet, but because it's at work, I couldn't show you in this. So I will need to add that to the list. Someone remind me, please. But another untouched book is this, Coloring Heaven Gothic Compendium. I'm not a seasonal hobbyist. I don't color generally a lot of the season, with the exception of anything kind of Halloween based, Gothic based, because I love this kind of imagery. So I would actually rather color something like this during Easter, fall, Christmas than any of those types of things. But this is Gothic Compendium by Coloring Heaven. This was a gift to me from Miss K. I actually need to mark that down. And this is a Jashley storybook, so Colorful Adventure. And this is about this particular lady right here. And so this is something I will need to touch within the next year, because that's my goal, to have all of these done by the end of the year. And then when I revisit this, see what I have untouched, hopefully that's new. I'm hoping by the end of the year none of these have still been untouched, because then I'll need to consider whether I want to keep them or not. But this is Coloring Heaven, a colorful adventure storybook special. Again, another one from Coloring Heaven, which is Creatures of the Night special by Sarah Richter. And as you can see, I do like that sort of Gothic, Halloween-y type of vibe going on. So it's more lack of time than it is just I don't like this, because I used to have a subscription to them, but the randomness of the kind of things they sell just wasn't for me. So I actually purchase from their Etsy shop, and I do wait till I get like 3 or 4 books so that I can get free shipping, and that's how I order them. So I do actually have a lot of Coloring Heaven coloring books, and probably sometime in June I think I'll bundle them all together and then do another collection video where I show you all of my completed pages. But there's this one, Creatures of the Night special by Sarah Richter. This was a lovely gift sent to me by Sarah, Darren, and family. This is Snugglepot, Cuddle Pie, and Friends. Oh, spider. So again, it's one of the ones I should come into more often to look at because it can fit a prompt. I'll have to test out the paper or sacrifice the other side and just do this in alcohol markers. But yeah, that's definitely a contender for the hashtag for this week. But this is Snugglepot, Cuddle Pie, and Friends. This is by May Gibbs, and this was gifted to me. Oh, okay. I'm like, I didn't mark it, but I did right over here. Now, this is the last one, and this is the questionable one because I believe it was A Cluttered Life. I believe it was her channel that I saw this on, and I thought it was absolutely spectacular once, because she did 2 completed pages a few months ago in her completed pages video. But this is, it's a lot darker than I thought, and yet I am still drawn to this. So I might just need to color a page and get over myself. But this is definitely a lot darker than you generally see on my channel. And a lot of the images, I can deal with that, right? I don't know why, because I don't generally watch a lot of scary things. I don't mind a little bit of scary, but I can't do like full-on horror or full-on gory unless it's action, and then it doesn't bother me at all. Yeah, I'm weird, but I'm definitely going to have to tackle this book. But I really enjoy it, but there's just something about it that has made me not get into it. I don't know what that is. But that's The Dark Side of Fairy Tales. And this is illustrated by Trixa Ocampo. And let me get my reference journal and we'll start going over that. All right, so this is my Maisie Lane Co. reference journal. This is my long-term reference journal. If you've been around for a while, you've seen this before. This is where I'm just collecting a variety of things I want to remember over a course of a few years versus housing it in my annual journal / planner, because that one at the end of the year it goes away and I don't want to have to keep searching for information. So what I've done was, this was already decorated. I had done some mystery bags last November and I didn't know what I was going to do with this, and so I just decided to put my 2022 coloring books to touch. This is going to go from May through whenever the last book is done. And like I said, I've got the Coloring Heaven, and it's the annual collection 2022. So what I plan to do is when I finish a page in here, I will check it off here because I am a person who enjoys checking things off, and then I'll put the month and the year. So hopefully between, well, it's actually going to really be June, but I'm filming this May 29th. Probably between June and December is when these should be touched. I made the box before I counted the books, and so if anything, I'll just leave that blank because, like I said, I don't want to add anything to this. If I do add new coloring books to my collection, it really is trying to get a data point in time of what I have outstanding and then just kind of coloring in it from there. I hope that makes sense. Again, the whole 10 books to touch, I could have done, but then that would have been 10 books that still haven't been untouched. And so I thought this might be a little better to do. And I don't know if you guys know this about me, but once you add a challenge or a game or a checklist aspect to something, then it is like game on for me. I'm intrigued. And so having a place where I can check something off and write something down and feel accomplished is good. Although, like I said earlier, I'm not going to just try to blitz through all of these coloring books just so I can do that. I do want to enjoy my stuff, but I also want to kind of put a little bit of a hold on purchasing anything new until this list, which is obnoxious to me, because again, usually I only have between 3 and 5 that would fit in this category that have not been touched. So I'm making a video so that I can be accountable to you, to me, to the coloring book gods. I'm not exactly sure who I'd be accountable to, as I'm a grown woman who does what she wants, but it's an accountability of some kind. All right, guys, I'd love to know if you have any untouched coloring books in your collection. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. All right, guys, well, that's it for me for now. And as always, aloha.